I go by the name of Rhodes Gold, and I live in Missouri, and I have a 15-year-old daughter. And I was inspired to make this video by a wonderful person, in my opinion, by Dr. Boyce Watkins. He's a black, bliggity black man. He cracks me up with that bliggity black. I love the bliggity black. But Dr. Watkins, you know, he's just a wonderful person standing up for what's right and what's honest. And I just had to make a video saying, thank you, Dr. Boyce Watkins. If this video ever made it anywhere near your ears, know that I appreciate you. And I know a lot of other people do too, whether I did or didn't. But I just had to jump in and say, you mean a lot to me. And I'm so grateful to call you my brother. And I'm so grateful to call Miss Alicia my sister. And congratulations to your marriage and stuff, and your education and everything. Like, I thank you for the struggle you held on to as a black man. See, I'm the sixth child of 7 children, and of course growing up black and in America, we all know it was hard. I'm one of the ghetto people that Dr. Boyce Watkins and Ice Cube were fighting for, and I appreciate that with all my heart, because see, I grew up around drugs and too much sex and learning too much too soon, and I'm still unpeeling my onion of bad habits and myself. But not to get off topic, because I can ramble on just like Dr. Watkins. Not to get off topic. He been talking about this Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion video, and just like he said, they are beautiful, and they are beautiful, and I love them, and I wish them nothing but the best. I'm still hurt about what happened to Megan, and more than anything, I'm hurt about the fact that I didn't hear many celebrities and people talking about that guy, Tory. I didn't hear nobody talking about that dude or saying nothing about him or holding him accountable at all. And because I do love my sister, and I got love for him too. He's my black brother, but anyway, right now, we are talking about the sisters, and so I love Megan Thee Stallion. I love them, but the truth doesn't always have to be a lie, because we want to be comfortable and we just don't want to be challenged. And I agree with Dr. Watkins that if it's respectful, then it's all good. We don't have to agree, but we can respect each other, though. You can disagree with me, but you don't have to curse me out. I don't have to curse you out. We don't have to stoop that low. It's all good. You can walk away and be how you want to be, but just on some conversation, maturity, and intelligent, like Dr. Boyce Watkins said, which I won't claim to be a highly intelligent person, but I have enough to know that I have high morals, or even if I don't have them or I want them, I'm working on them, and I'm willing to do the work to have my morals and to live out my standards. And I do believe that it is a little bit too much to try to put that. Now, I'm using Dr. Boyce Watkins' words, okay? I'm not calling people thoughts. I'm not calling people names. But Dr. Boyce Watkins called it thought culture. And really, he hammers his point home, because his point hammers itself home, right? Like those words, it is telling the little girls to go off and be, selling themselves for porn, and it is, and all that is true. I agree with him 100%. I don't know him. I don't even know if he ever see this video, but he inspires me. He inspires me to get into the stock market. I start, putting my little 2 cents into the stock market, and it's still small, but I agree, it's a long-term thing, and and all that. So you're just a role model, and just from being one of the people, I'm in the city. I grew up in the city in Missouri. I had all the ghetto stuff that you can experience. I've had people die from violence, gun violence, go to jail, drug addict brothers, and just all kind of stuff, and just all the things that most black people go through in America, right? So, all the things that we have placed in front of us. And so the music is important. And I'm not just hopping on Dr. Boyce Watkins' bandwagon here. Anybody that truly know me, my siblings to me that are close to me, know that I always have hated. When my daughter was young, I used to beg my mother, when she was living, God rest her soul, I used to beg my mother to not look at, certain nasty things around my daughter. I just didn't want her to see that early. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't that I thought I was better or was trying to be better. And in fact, I was trying to be better, not better than nobody, to put nobody down. But yes, a better person, trying to raise my daughter to be a better person than me. And for all the people who say that, well, it is your responsibility, you're right, it is our responsibility. But I ain't gonna lie, that kind of music and stuff make it so much harder. And all I'm asking for, and I believe Dr. Boyce Watkins is too, is that dang, y'all can help us try to teach our kids something better. But like Dr. Boyce Watkins said, to be honest, it's other people pulling the strings. And I do believe it is, another race pulling the strings. And so this is what they want to see. And so this is what they pay good money to promote. And it's sad, but it's the sad truth. But I do say to those people, though, you're right, because I always have talked to my daughter about true things. And unfortunately, I did let her hear, I would take one of those songs and listen to them and say, look at what she's saying. Look at what she's saying. And now, yeah, it's cool, and the beat catchy and but at the same time, look at meditation is meditation. And what you meditate on, you really will end up manifesting in your life. And that's just the flat out truth, whether you're religious, whether you're superstitious, whether you're a conspiracy theorist, whatever box you want to put it in, it's still true. And we see it as being true. And although, yes, it is up to me to be the role model to my little girl, but come on, we know in reality, the superstars and the people who, are glamming at the top and shining and looking like they untouchable, and what they say matters a lot. And we know that. We know that our words matter. And we know that. All words matter. And we know that. And we all know that. How many of us still crying about what our mama said when she said we were ugly when we were 3? Or what somebody said to hurt our feelings? And we remember what they said. They may have apologized, but that pain, you know what I'm saying? How many of us come on, we know trauma and all that is passed down, and we know that. And so it's not to make nobody look or feel bad, because it ain't about making nobody perfect. You know what I mean? I've had my moments throughout my life, that I've made sexual mistakes and sexual wrong choices, and absolutely, I can't judge nobody. It's not about casting stones. But I just want to say thank you, Dr. Boyce Watkins. Thank you, Ice Cube. Thank you to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And I'm not even a Muslim. I'm a Christian. I belong to the Mormon church, and so in my opinion, I absolutely want to love everybody. I want to be for everybody. You know what I mean? I want to be kind to everybody. I just want to treat people the way I want to be treated, white or black. It don't matter to me. But unfortunately, I have grown to learn that I don't live in a world that's quite cut that way. And so I do need to try to just see how I can maneuver to keep my peace and my sanity and do my best to help the world, but especially my brothers and sisters of African descent. Everybody, I love people, and I got white people in my life that I love, that love me, have been there for me more than family, right? And so I know it's not all white people, right? Just like we don't want nobody saying all black people steal. I don't steal. I chased the lady down at the Fox Theater once. She left her purse. I chased her down. I took my time to chase her down. I know people who would have had a house in her name by the time the second half of the show started. Right? I know people who would have had some checks in her name so fast, but we ain't gonna go there. Right? And so, I'm just because I'm black and I'm bliggity black. I love to hear Dr. I love to hear. Can't nobody say that like him. Black, bliggity black. But thank you, Dr. Watkins. I love you, and I want to do my part, because us in the ghetto, we listening. We hear you. And I know I ain't the only one. I see billions of people liking you, thousands of people, you know what I mean, coming on, talking to you, and you getting back at them. But those of us too that you can't really hear and see, we hear you. And I got to tell you, as a black woman, thank you so much. Thank you. Keep going. And you strengthen me to keep going. Ice Cube, thank you so much. I respect you so much. God bless y'all so much. For real, because it's so much that I didn't know, and to realize how lied to I've been to. You know what I mean? Although the education system is a setup, but I didn't even get very much of that growing up. Right? My mother was oppressed, and so getting up early in the morning and having me on time for school just happened to not end up getting done a lot. And so because of that, I didn't get the education that everybody else got. And so, but even if I had I still wouldn't have got the truth that I needed to be me, right? With the way everything's set up. I mean, I would have been able to get along, and I'm still able to get along and whatnot. But I don't have degrees, right? But I've come to realize, I like that statement. You can have more degrees than a thermometer, but it necessarily don't have to matter if your person is rotten, and if you're not trying to do what's right, and the proper truth is being taught, and the proper history is being taught. And Jaguar, Jaguar Wright. I like you, sister. I want to work with you. I am also a singer. You know what I mean? I like to sing and I like to perform and anyway. But I don't want this conversation to get out of hand or go off the board because I'm sure I got ADD too, right? So, but Dr. Boyce Watkins, thank you. Like every word you say, like. I said, this man is the pure truth. Now, I know he's not perfect. I know you're not perfect. I'm not naive, right? I don't have a lot of degrees, but I'm a very intelligent woman, right? Because first of all, I'm a good person as well, and true wisdom comes from the source of all things. And so, and true knowledge comes from him. And so, but I know you're not a perfect man, and I'm not trying to say that Dr. Boyce Watkins is God, because none of us are, right? But for your courage, for his manhood, and like he said, there are a lot of people who feel the way he feels, but we can't say nothing. Imagine how many broke black bums they'll call me if I get on there and try to say that about them, you know what I mean? And even though, that's fine, because I'm not what you call me, I'm what I answer to. And what you call me is what I answer to, and I always have taught my daughter that. But anyway, back to the fact that we need to teach our own kids. Oh, and I have, and that's why I do have a decent 15-year-old who looks at that stuff herself and go, Mama, look at this. And I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud from her own consciousness. I don't have to force her, because all of her life I've told her, see, listen, boo, it's to get you to behave that way. And they don't, and I've also told her, I don't think Cardi B hate my daughter. I don't think Cardi B hate me. I listen to Cardi B, and when she talk, like, she do got a point. That's what the world want to see. But at the same time, if the world wanted to see you jump off a cliff, hopefully you wouldn't give that to the world. You know what I mean? And that's just the truth. But she ain't lying, though. That is what the world want to see. You do something positive and people ignore you. We claim we want positive stuff, but you try something positive and people treat it like it's mean. Something negative going on. It's packed thousands of people. And so we do have to stand up to the responsibility of how we are individually making choices that influence the world and the younger people. And so all this, you got to teach your own kids. No, sis, you responsible, sis. We love calling each other sis, bruh, bae. Let's act like sis, bruh, and baes then. If I'm really your sis, your child matter to me, sis. If I'm really your bae, which I ain't got no bae, but if I had a bae, then your child matter to me, bae. So I wouldn't want to act like that around your kid. But you know something my 15-year-old daughter said the other day? She said, Mama, I realized that when I'm around grown people who don't mind cursing and being rude around me, I'm scared of them. I said, you should be. I said, but I want to know why. She said, because I feel like if there's no boundary at the fact that I'm a kid to you, then dang, what is it that you won't do to me, or what is it that you won't try to have me to do? And so I'm proud to have that kind of 15-year-old, because I did spend time. And see, that's what it takes, time. I wasn't at the club looking for the next man, and I ain't knocking nobody, but I didn't run out after I had a baby and was left by myself to take care of a child all on my own. I didn't run out. I cried and I was hurt and I went through a lot of pain. I lost my mama. I ain't had nobody with me. Wasn't nobody around me. All the niggas, all the people that I was sticking with. Forgive me for saying the N-word, because I don't like it and I don't think I should say it either. So forgive me. But I grew up in an environment where we said it a lot. But I don't like it, and I shouldn't say it either. So, but I grew up in all that or whatnot, just the same. But you know what? I chose to take it and try to do my best by her. I chose to take it. I didn't badmouth her father to her. I didn't, I did not, and I still don't to this day. I let her know that hurting people just hurt people. And sometimes people just don't know how. They too messed up. They got too much going on. It's too much entanglement on the inside. And I'm not trying to mock Jada Pinkett, because guess what? I love Jada Pinkett. She's a nice lady or whatever. She made mistakes. I do too. Mine just ain't on camera. So, I feel responsible for your kids. I used to say that. I said to a young girl once, because anybody know me know I love children. Wherever I live, wherever me and my daughter have lived, you'd have thought all the kids were mine. I just love kids. I always have all my life. Kids always been drawn to me. For one, because I feel like kids don't get a say in enough. Whoever I want to bring home as daddy, he could be a pedophile. I don't know. He's fine, right? So it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Got that money, whatever, But I can bring him home, but who knows? He could even go to the bathroom and he could touch my child. And I can't be so selfish, because I ain't finna be lonely and not have no man. It's vital to spend time by ourselves. I've been single for a very long time. I've had my run-ins and got too lonely and messed with people and made bad choices. And I've had. But I've also learned some great lessons. And I put them in my bag. And I give them to myself. And they turned into nuggets for me and for my child and for my sister's children. And so, but I talked to a girl one time, who I said, why you riding around letting them babies, Borat's in the back, listening to Nicki Minaj singing every word? They shouldn't be listening to that. Why Why you? I mean, well, they gonna learn it anyway. I said, yeah, but she gonna have sex one day. Would you let somebody have sex with her now because she gonna have sex one day? No, hopefully, right? Anyway, y'all, I gotta go. Love you, Dr. Boyce Watkins. If this video even ever reach your face or your ears, God bless you. You my brother. God bless you. Hold them down. Hold them down.